Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative, and today we're taking a look at a few cameras and one device. This is a follow-up video from another one that I did comparing the, at the time, Polaroid One Step 2, Instax Mini 11, and the, at the time, brand new Polaroid Go. By the way guys, I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com, and don't forget to put everything in the comment section below. So this is a follow-up after using these two cameras. I'm not really including the large one for right now, but then here's the device that I found that kind of supersedes all of these cameras and is just the best thing that you can possibly use. Now first, I want to cover which camera has the best clarity and usage out of just like anything like that is out there. And it's this, it's the Instax Mini 11. The clarity in this, the contrast, the way that it kind of replicates what you see in real life, this is what this camera does. And it's extremely easy to use. Pop to open, if you're just taking maybe a landscape, you literally, do you look at this here? You pull this out and that's selfie mode, and that'll actually get you a background blur, which is something I love in my videos and photography, and it's extremely easy to use. A pack of the mini film here comes in 10s, and you can get this from anywhere from like a pack. I think it should be a little under $1 per picture, which makes this an amazing deal. You can get different borders, black and white, anything like that. But the clarity of the pictures taken on this camera, they look really, really good, and it's exactly what you want. If clarity and if what you see and what you get is the same thing, if that's what you want, this is what this is for. Now for the artistic look and the best body of any camera, it's literally going to be this. Now you can see I've kind of blacked out. This is totally blacked out. This is the new version. There is a white one, there's a red one now, online exclusive, and then there's this one here. But really, if you want something that makes a tiny little picture where these come out nice and square, these come out a little bit taller like a portrait mode. The packs of film inside the camera, they come in 8s, but the only way to actually get film are in 2 packs. So you get 16 in 2 packs. Now that goes for about $20, so it's a little bit over $1 per picture. So just think of that in cost. But the main difference is this camera, you're going to get that vintage look every single time you take a photo. If you look back at Polaroids and other instant photography that's been taken maybe 30 years ago, it's going to look exactly like that out of camera. And maybe you want that, maybe you don't. But just think of it. If you take a picture of something brand new, like I'm taking a picture of my iPhone, it's going to look like an iPhone taken in like the 80s or 70s, whenever this is, because you're going to get kind of like imperfect colors, you can get vignetting, you're going to get a lot of like high contrasty, just like it's going to look like a vintage picture immediately. Just think of that here in comparison to this, where you're going to get a crisper, more real to life look with this artistic camera with a beautiful body. Like this is a beautiful body, and it is smaller than the Instax 11, and it's already, this is a tiny body as is. I love that this has an internal battery that I never have to worry about. I charge it up with micro USB, and then I'm all good. With this one, you do need 2 AA batteries, and you know, I use this so sparingly. I just have to make sure that these batteries are charged, or else I just don't have anything. I can't recharge with maybe a cable that I have lying around like I do this. So that is an easy comparison between these two cameras, but remember, I was mentioning one more device which I think blows all of these out of the water. It may be a little bit different for the instant photography purists, but this is it. This is the Instax Mini printer. And what you may think is, okay, I've seen other small printers like that use something like Z Ink or kind of different, I would say they look digital and they look imperfect. Again, you can look at the previous video that I made showing Polaroid's new printer, and it's just something that doesn't look good. It's something that I think looks terrible in terms of just, even if you want to use it professionally or casually. Now I know a lot of people disagreed with me, but for me, that looks very bad. With this, I can literally use my professional camera. I can take a portrait picture, I can get all that background blur, I can get exactly the colors that I want. I take this, import it to my phone, and with Bluetooth, it just connects to this. And what's great is this doesn't use any new type of Z ink or anything like that. It uses the exact same pictures, the exact same instant film as this. This uses Instax Mini film, this uses Instax Mini film too. And once you play around with things, you can make 10 of the same print, you can make it vibrant, you can add little things. But what is great is if I get one picture out of this and it's just something I really want, I only have one of those, and that's going to be it forever. If I take something with my iPhone, I can take 1,000 of these pictures and maybe it's just going to be imperfect. It's going to be 1,000 pictures, it's so hard to choose. There's so many variations on that. But this one is the perfect happy medium. And by the way, this doesn't take AA batteries. This charges with micro USB. So it's the happy medium between taking 1 million pictures digitally and having something that you print, because you still have to pay for the little packages that come in here. Now, by the way, they do make this in Instax wide, and it is beautiful looking, have a much larger footprint. But for this takes beautiful pictures. It prints beautiful pictures, and you can do it over and over and over again as long as you have film to do it with. This one goes for about $99. These cameras have risen in price due to inflation, just as anything has, and I think these go for about $80. The Polaroid camera, this goes for, I think it's $100 for this too. And out of all of these, what I've really been using is this, because I slide this in my bag, I slide this in my pocket, and if I'm taking something with this amazing camera, even though it has an HDR kind of look, which I don't like, and I prefer to use my mirrorless cameras, if I take this and this, I can just print out pictures. If I'm going to an event, I can print out a picture, where I used to have this camera and I used to shoot, hey, I'm gonna take a picture of you guys here just for the event, and here I'm gonna give this one to you. I don't have that picture anymore. I physically have to give it to them, and while that's joy for them, I always want to keep something for myself, because for me, when I take photos, I do that because I feel like I have a poor memory visually. So I want to capture these photos, I want to keep them, and I want to be able to look back at these. And for me, the Instax Mini size is perfect because it's about looking like at the size of a smartphone. It's just small, it's physically there, it's something you can hold, and it feels right, and it looks right. No matter if you're taking it with this camera, if you are importing to the printer after taking it with this, or even taking it with a professional camera, it just feels more real. It feels right. And again, miles better than any of these Z Ink options that may be available as well. Again, I would never recommend anybody getting those after using those myself. But for this is exactly what I was looking for. It uses real film. I do not understand how it can print out something to this film and expose it exactly as if it looks like it came off a camera. Now, of course, if you edit on your phone and put it in this, you can make it look as unnatural as possible. You can put filters on it, you can do whatever you want after the fact. Maybe that's exactly what you want to do. But I think this is the hidden gem that people don't talk about enough. I know film photography has become really popular. There are disposable cameras, there are people shooting with the Canon AE1 and traditional 35mm film, but for me, I don't have the patience to have that develop and just kind of wait. But for those, once you do get that developed, most of the times you get the digital files and you can share over and over and over. If you want prints, you can make multiple of the exact same picture. But with instant photography, for the longest time, it's been, you take that one shot and you're done. Maybe you can just have them pose one more time and take another shot, but then you are done. With the printer here, it just changes everything. And I know I've said that a lot, and maybe you're thinking, it can't change everything, but it really does. It's convenient. It is I believe, let's see, it's a little bit taller here, but you can see it is less thick because it doesn't have that lens to worry about. And let's compare it here with this. But for me, I'm always into tech. I dive into tech and I use this so much, where for me, importing from this to this and printing out with this is a very clean workflow. And I can make that happen, I can do that quickly, but maybe for you, all you want to do is just open this up, take the picture, and that's it. If it's ease of use and just quick, you have this. This has the best picture quality out of these two cameras. Why would you choose this camera? Because you like the way it looks, the way that you don't need AA batteries, and maybe you like that vintage look out of the camera immediately. But I do have to say one more thing. This film that Polaroid uses, and there's only one type of film. I know there's different types of film, but it is not as good in low light. You have to use the flash, or else a lot of it's just going to be very, very dark. This one, the flash always goes off. You can try covering it with your finger or something, but it does so much better in more lighting situations. And even with this, compared to the Instax Mini 9, where if you took a selfie like this, a lot of the background would become black, they've done something in this camera which makes you bright and everything else brighter in the background too. Just get the Instax Mini 11. The body itself is cheaper, the film is cheaper, and yeah, it pains me to say this because I love the design of this, but the Instax Mini, it just does it better. But all right, guys, if you have any comments or questions about these two cameras or my literal favorite product out there, which is this, the Instax Mini printer, put it in the comment section below. Don't forget I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, get one of these for yourself. I think you would really love it, especially now we're coming into spring. Summer is the time to have this. Go on trips, print out as many pictures as you'd like, give them to everybody, and you can keep one for yourself too. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time.